So I know I sound like the brokenest of broken records here when I say this, but hi, I'm back. Sorry, it's been a while again. So I've been very busy for a while. I got a new job. I quit that job. I went back to my old job. It's been great. That was sarcasm. I've just been really busy. But anyway, I'm back and I'm finally recording that video that I asked you about to roast my Fursona. That's what we're going to do here. You guys are roasting my Fursona for a change. The first comment that I got is if Nickelodeon had an emo phase. And you're not wrong. I'm a little confused on where the Nickelodeon part came in, but the emo phase, always. A very wise man when he said, "How emo was your emo phase?" And the answer is, "I'll let you know when it's over." Then this next comment says, Mickey Mouse if he fell into a bucket of nuclear waste. I'm not quite sure where the Mickey Mouse is coming from because Bradley is an opossum, but I think it might have to do with the ears. I know people think that possums and mice are like related, but they're actually not. Fun fact, possums are not rodents, they are marsupials. So actually, and then this next one says, they look like an experiment that went horribly wrong evolving, I think they meant involving, a bucket of green paint, scrap fur from a carpet, and purple skin by a 14-year-old in 2010. So this reminds me of the infamous carpet samples fursuit that was a thing like a long time ago. And how dare you like compare Bradley to that abomination? And then this next person says, looks like if you thought of a sparkle dog, but said, nah, I'm not gonna be that basic fish, and made it a Sona that looks like it's from 2018. Also, your colors look like it would be a pride if I put your Sona in a microwave. I feel like it would melt like a popsicle, but it's beautiful and I love possums and I love the gremlin energy it gives off. I saw one at the beach last week and named it Fat Nugget because of its little pouch. That was a lot. I thought of a sparkle dog. I don't think Bradley necessarily qualifies as a sparkle dog, to be honest. Like, have you seen other ones? Because, like, I don't think she qualifies. And 2018 was not that long ago. I graduated in 2018. So, wow, I'm old. But anyway, and this next person says, oh, another emo possum. Yeah, literally when I bought Bradley, they were advertised as an emo possum fursuit. So you are like 100% correct. They are an emo possum. And this next one says, don't really want to roast it. Just want to say that as an artist, I wouldn't really enjoy drawing this Sona. Don't get me wrong, we mighty have different opinions on the design overall. I love the colors and everything. I myself would just place the colors differently, but I'm very picky for designs, so don't take me seriously. Actually, I was thinking about slightly redesigning Bradley. Not the head, obviously, because like I literally have a fursuit of her and I'm not going to be changing her fursuit just because I decided to do a redesign. And this next one says, you took the word scene way too seriously and now it's your whole persona. Wow. And I've definitely did not see that color palette 1 million times. Hey, you know what? Purple and green go together so well. There's so many characters that I can think of that are purple and green, like the Joker and Beast Boy, and I'm sure there's more. Maybe I can't think of that many, but at least the Joker and Beast Boy. So, and then this person says stinky, probably. And someone agreed and said, most likely. And this next person says, let me guess, you made your Sona at 16 trying to be a badass, and you unfortunately got this. Also, what is it with opossums and green? Cause girl, it is not helping with the smokes weed allegations. Shame you didn't include orange. We could have gone full Halloween. And maybe get you a costume to cover up your everything. Guess you're stuck with working minimum wage at Hot Topic. Honestly, if I had Bradley at 16, I would have been so happy because I was in my full-fledged like emo phase back then and I 100% would have vibed with Bradley. But now she's just kind of like who I wish I could be because I'm just way too lazy to have that actual aesthetic in real life. And this person says they look like they dumpster dive behind Hot Topic. What is with the Hot Topic? I know she's emo, we get it. Not all emos shop at Hot Topic. Some of them shop at Spencer's and Claire's. Bro looking like spooky team leader. See, I don't know what this is. I don't get this reference. I think I have to figure out what this means. Hold on. Oh, it's a Fortnite thing. Yeah, I've never played Fortnite. Sorry, I didn't understand what that means. But I mean, looking at the pictures that I found online, yeah, yeah, that kind of checks. And this person says, "Damn, she's more hunched over than my grandma's childhood dog." That's just the pose I drew her in. That's not how she always looks. I mean, she probably does have really bad posture, if I'm honest. It doesn't have to play dead to ward off predators, since nobody would dare eat something that stole Piccolo's color scheme. See, Piccolo! Piccolo's another one. See, this person knew exactly what I was talking about. I forgot about Piccolo, though. Oh, this person said, "You look like if the Chuck E. Cheese was born fresh from Hot Topic." Again, with the Hot Topic. And this person says, "It looks like it shops from Shein slash Timu." No, I don't think she would. She doesn't even wear clothes. Like, canonically, Bradley does not wear clothes. She doesn't even need Shein or Timu or none of that. And this person says, "You low key look like you licked a glow stick and called it breakfast. Lime green paws, girl out here walking around like she got dipped in Nickelodeon slime." See, I really like this one because obviously don't eat glow sticks, but I could see it. You know how cool it would be if Bradley was like radioactive, like actually radioactive? Like, I would draw her just, like, glowing. All the parts that are green would just be glowing either under black light or just, like, anytime she opened her mouth, it was just glowing. Ooh, I'm inspired, actually. And this next one says, "Looks like they chew gum instead of brushing their teeth because it's faster. Also giving, I drink more energy drinks than I do water." Yes and yes, because, you know, a depressed girly doesn't always have the time or the spoons to brush their teeth. And this person says, "They're definitely the black wolf bottom flame marking red X eyes quirky new jammer." So this is definitely like an Animal Jam reference, and it took me a second to understand what they meant by new jammer, but I understand now. Yes, actually, my one of my first Animal Jam characters absolutely had like the exact same thing that you're describing because I thought it was so cool and edgy. And yeah, I guess that does kind of say something about me. And this one is weird. It says, "Why the fuck are you sitting like that, bro? Turn your ass around. I want to talk about it. What's on your mind? You know, like what's going on?" I'm thinking that they're referring to the specific pose again that's in my reference sheet that I posted when I was asking you guys to like roast her. And you know what? She doesn't have to turn around. Maybe she doesn't want to talk about it. You know, you're not her therapist, so don't worry about it. And then this person says their tongue looks like their favorite drink is antifreeze. This one's actually really funny. I like this one just because, like, I mean, I'm kind of a car person and I just think it's really funny because why do all of my cars always leak antifreeze? Maybe it just turns out it's not leaking antifreeze. Bradley's just down there like slurping it up. And then this person says, "The owner of this Sona never left the mustache phase." I actually in middle school had like one of those mustache duct tape wallets, and it was my favorite thing in the world. And I had a pair of sunglasses that like you'd wear them and they had a little chain that had a mustache hanging off the chain. And then this person says, "Eats black licorice and tires. Doesn't know why, but says it's delicious." Again, yeah, makes sense. My husband has had two flat tires. And again, I think I'm going to blame this on Bradley, actually, because that kind of makes sense that she would be just out here munching on tires, like ruining everyone's day. And I'm offended that you would say that she eats black licorice, though, because I don't trust anybody who like genuinely enjoys eating black licorice because just ew. And this person says, "The colors are giving toxic waste, and why is one of the poses Ugandan knuckles?" Again, with the toxic waste, I agree. And still inspired. But the Ugandan knuckles pose, I didn't even think about that. That's really funny. And this one is clearly not a roast. It just says Jesus is king, and this is not a roast. Okay. Thank you for not roasting my persona. You did not understand the assignment, but okay. And that was our last little bit of a roast. Again, sorry it's been like 6,000 years since I've made another video. I don't know if I'm going to be doing these kind of videos a whole lot anymore. I'm kind of honestly falling a little bit out of the furry fandom. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you liked the video, like the video and subscribe to see what else I'm going to be doing. Some weird stuff, 100%. But yeah, so with that, get on with your life and have fun.